Hello friends, welcome to Nirpa's Talk Show. This is your host Nirpa Chetri, a technologist and entrepreneur based out of Bengaluru. I arrange talk show and invite different personalities across the globe to share their experience and thoughts with you all. Today I have a special guest, Dr. Garima Kirola. She is dentist by professions and TSOF certified English language trainer. She had been associated as a public speaker, trainer, and coach, and mentoring large number of student communities across India. I am very glad that Dr. Garima has accepted my invitations, and today she is able to share her experience as far as English language trainer is concerned. Hello, Garima. Welcome to Nirpa's Talk Show.
Hi, Nripa. Thank you so much for calling me on your show. And I must tell you that you're doing a great job bringing different perspectives on this platform and sharing it with your audience. So kudos to you on that.
Thank you, Garima. This kind of good words always motivate me to do this kind of engagement, which brings different perspective, as you said, on different topics and bring overall awareness to the large number of audience, because the awareness is the basic and fundamental requirement for next level of journey for as far as personal development is concerned. Thank you, Garima. So with this note, let me start the conversation today. So first of all, Garima, I want to know, it's a more personal query, probably it will be the same curiosity from our audience as well. You being a doctor, which is a very lucrative professional in India and abroad, in spite of this doctor degree, how come you become a language trainer?
Right. So yes, I put in a lot of effort clearing the entrance exam, then 5 years of rigorous training and completing the degree. It wasn't easy, I must tell you, it wasn't easy to do away with that. But yes, the time demanded it. Because I did practice for 18 months after graduating. But after marriage, my husband was into a traveling profile and we started traveling. Initially, these travels were within India, but later we started traveling all across. And it was such that most of the time we stayed at a place for a year or so. Now, in a year, it becomes difficult for you as a dentist to build that trust and get more patients. Since our job was such that every other year we have to move, I had to give away this particular job, which was not easy, I must tell you. But then during this whole process, I did my instructional design that opened the doors of English language to me. And when I was in US, I helped one of my friend's daughter in preparing for STAR test. That's when I was exposed to tutoring and coaching in this particular language. I liked doing it and I thought that yes, I could pursue it as a career. When I came back, I gave my TESOL and became a TESOL certified language trainer. So this is all story about me transitioning from being a dentist to a TESOL certified language trainer.
Yeah, I really appreciate that because I know the English language is very important for any kind of professionals to succeed in their professional journey. Especially now, due to COVID interventions, the collaboration is the key for any professional to succeed. In those circumstances, so any employer today look, the communications is the primary requirement, which was earlier as a secondary requirement. Now, under that circumstances, I would love to hear from you. What do you think as a job seeker, as a student, how they should pursue this English language to become more effective communicator and become a successful professionals in any industry they are engaged with?
Exactly. So yes, English is an important tool which will help you get selected in your interviews. And not only that, will also help you succeed in your career, whichever career you are. You grow well if you are fluent with English.
Exactly.
Now, if you see, it's just a tool. It's just a tool to communicate. Once you know that, whether it is MS Excel, now if you are in a job wherein you have to work on MS Excel, what do? You learn it, right? And similarly, if you are doing anything, if you are a student or a working professional and you know that this tool will help you grow, what do? You just learn it. How do you learn it? What are the right strategies? That is secondary. That depends on how you approach. That depends on who the trainer is. But we should never ever underestimate the importance of this language in seeking better jobs. So there is no denying that it is important and it is essential. You cannot do away with this language, even though it's a secondary language. But because of this globalization, it's like either you're getting hired in an MNC, or even if you're not in an MNC, maybe your client is an MNC. There, the culture is all about English. How do you communicate? How do you interact? Now, Nripa is from a different part of the country. I am from a different part of the country. Now, what is connecting us is this language. Because if
Exactly.
he was speaking in his native language and I was speaking in Hindi, maybe we would never have connected together. So
Exactly.
let's understand that it's not an option anymore. It's a necessity.
True.
Over to you.
Yeah, well explained, Dr. Garima. I think our audience have understood this. Especially, I would appreciate your insightful uh, guidance about the importance of English language for across all the professionals. Coming back to the next point, right? So, for any communication is the fundamental requirement for building relationships. However, we fail because we are not able to communicate effectively the message that we want to convey. And language is somewhere the barrier. The way I am comfortable to share my views and thoughts in my mother tongue, I am not comfortable in English language at all. So
Yeah.
that creates the problems.
Yes.
And the
See,
and
here
that
we
is the sorry, yeah, that is the barrier for building the relationship. So, what is your perspective about this English language and communication to build a good relationship for their business growth, for their personal growth?
just let me give you an analogy wherein you are driving maybe one car, maybe you are driving Maruti, and then you switch on to an automatic one. Now, it is a comfortable one because it's an automatic, but it takes time for you to adjust. You
Exactly.
just cannot sit from a geared car to an automatic and be going at a great speed. No, it takes
Correct.
time.
Exactly.
Similarly, obviously, something which is innate, I mean, like our own native language, and going on to learning altogether different language, it is tough. Let's be practical here, let's be pragmatic here. Yes, it is tough. It does not come easy. But what is success? Success is dealing with these obstacles, these hurdles, right? How you work on it. If you know that it is the bare minimum, it is the necessity that is required, you will work on it. How you work, that is important. Your approach is important. First of all, think that it's a different language, second language. I cannot learn it through my first language. What we adults are doing is, or what I used to do, was somewhere the same. Now, let me share a small anecdote with you, because we are public speakers, we are storytellers. When did I realize the right way of teaching? I was in US and my daughter was in kindergarten. I was homeschooling her. She was going to school, but Hindi I was teaching her at home. I was telling this one, since she was in kindergarten, so they had those simple words. So the sentence was ghar chal. Simple sentence, ghar chal. I said, what does it mean? And very innocently, she said, it means house move. Where was she wrong? She wasn't wrong. Ghar is house, chal is move. So ghar chal is house move. But was she correct? No, she wasn't. That's when I realized you cannot learn a new language by translating it through your old language. That is where we are doing the mistake. We should not be translating. Yes, you can translate those objects, because yes, if I'm talking about milk and I'm learning it, how that milk is known as in Spanish, I will say, okay, that is leche in Spanish, because yes, I have learned Spanish also. So learning an object is different, but learning and speaking a language is different. So when you are speaking, make sure you are learning to speak fluently, not learning to translate. Don't translate and learn, because that's an extra step that you are putting yourself in. And that is why the moment you do it in your head, translate and reply back, you're adding that step and you're fumbling. So this is, I mean, somewhere I believe that if your approach towards the language is correct, it is not a tough language at all.
Yeah, I think um, to the point. that you have mentioned about, uh, first of all, we have to accept that it is a language where we can learn it, and we have to learn it, right? Little bit uncomfortable will come, as you said, moving from uh, normal car to automatic car. So it is well understood. Probably our audience has understood your message and put their effort to learn this English language and become a good professionals. So probably we are coming towards the end of this conversation. I would love to hear these 3 points, the three key area for any job seekers or any professional people who want to become more good in as far as English communication is concerned. So today we understand, right? If you want to connect globally, we must know English, and there is no way that we can avoid this language. So what are the three key steps that you suggest to our job seekers to become more conversational in English language?
Exactly. So let's go by one. Number one, first thing, you are scared, you are nervous, you are anxious. That is perfectly okay. Everyone is. I must say that what Mark Twain said. There are two types of speakers, one who are nervous and anxious, and the others who are liars. And I totally agree with Mark Twain. The moment you are there, you are on the center of the stage. When I say center of the stage, I don't mean that big stage. I mean whenever you are there in front of your interviewers and all eyes are on you. You are nervous, you are anxious. That's perfectly normal. You're a human being. Just now, whenever someone is there to speak, they are nervous. There is some sort of nervousness in Ripa, some sort of anxiety in me. But the only thing is, we have learned to control that. There are techniques to control your nerves, organize your thoughts, and speak. First thing is that you should be fine in being nervous. That's perfectly fine. What you have to do is you have to learn to control your nerves and organize your thoughts. Number two, English. English is a tool, it's just a language, not a very big thing. Anyone can learn it. When you can do all the other difficult stuff in life, English is just a language. With the right strategies, you will learn it. And number three, after managing your fears, after learning the tool, you're all ready to deliver. There, how you deliver your message is very important. Again, all these steps, they have those proper strategies. You follow those strategies, and sky is the limit for you. You are bound to soar high. That's it. My point is just be yourself, keep learning, keep growing.
Yeah, keep learning, keep growing. This is the well delivered message to our audience. I hope our audience has got the importance of English language and what are the three key steps that will help them to move forward. The key step is number one, and anxiety and nervousness is very normal. Accept it, but start practicing it. As you start practicing, you will get more confidence, and that process will definitely reach you to the place where we all are able to communicate effectively. If you and me are able to communicate effectively, all of our people will be able to communicate. So with this note, I thank Mr. Garima for her wonderful sessions and wonderful insight about this English language. I wish your good health and prosperous life ahead. With this note, thank you audience for connecting with us. We'll connect with all of you with this kind of more uh, inspirational and knowledge sharing sessions, and we'll be working together to make this our society self-reliant. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Bye bye, Garima. Thanks.